To keep or not to keep?
Hey guys, I'm Justin. Welcome in for a brand new episode of To Keep or Not to Keep. As you can see, I'm alone today. That's because Lee is gone on a trip. She is currently in transit back home. Hopefully she will be able to join us for our Welcome to Horrorland at the end of this week. It's going to be a real fun one, so we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. But anyways, she's been gone. We just got back from Days of the Dead Indianapolis 2 weekends ago. That was a fantastic convention, but then she was home 2 days and left. So we really haven't watched that much stuff together. So I've been home for about 5 days by myself. I've just been kind of going through, knocking stuff out. It was time to film To Keep or Not to Keep, so we're going to do it on my own here today. Hopefully in 2 weeks' time we can knock another huge round of stuff out and Lee will be back with me. So let's just go ahead and dive head first right into it. So first up here we have Timekeeper. If you guys remember, I bought a bunch of these. These were like childhood movies of mine from Full Moon. They were called Moonbeam Films. Full Moon actually released them back in the day. I had the VHS of this one. I can still remember the clock worked. It was green and it had like this guy standing over a big clock. These two were not on there on the front. The thing that kills me about this re-released artwork on these DVDs is like these two kids are not even the kids that are in it. They are completely it's super bad artwork. Anyways, I've been going through, I've been rewatching these. All of them they're just nostalgia pickups, and all of them I've really enjoyed. But when I put this one in, I have to say this is probably the worst one out of all of them. I did not enjoy it as much as I remembered enjoying it as a kid. For me, this one going to be a vote to sell. What this one is, though, basically just a quick synopsis. You have these three kids. There's this like eccentric old man that lives in their apartment building. They wind up he drops a key on his way out, and so they go and they get the key and they go basically break into his apartment to have a look around. And they wind up getting transported back in time, and they're basically being held hostage, and they get transported back with a computer manual. And so you've got these people that are now in the early 1900s trying to build this big supercomputer, and basically butterfly effect, anything you change in the past changes the future, and they have very little time to do it. I think they've got like 4 days to figure it out and get everybody back to fix time as it is. I mean, it's an okay premise. It's an okay film. It's not bad. But again, just going through these, rewatching these, this one didn't hit the same way as it did when I was, 7, 8 years old, however old I was when I saw this. So vote to sell. My apologies. Next up, this is the One Lone edition that me and Lee watched together, and this is Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I think I can probably give a pretty good synopsis of this one and kind of vote in a way that I think she would have voted to keep, and I'm going to vote to keep. This one is not bad. It is a crappy edition from Screen Factory. It has no special features, but the 4K transfer on this does look pretty good. I'd actually never seen Time Cop, but basically you have Jean-Claude Van Damme's character, and they have unlocked the ability to time travel, and there is a government official who uses it to go back in time and wind up putting himself in a better financial state to fund a presidential campaign in the present. And so that's basically what he's doing, but it's by any means necessary. So it doesn't matter if he has to kill somebody, whatever he has to do. You've got Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of having to navigate time, literally time, in order to stop him and figure out what's going on. I mean, it's pretty good. It's got several decent little fight scenes. It jumps around at some points a little too much for my personal taste, but in the end, the action sequences and everything in the end, really enjoyed it. For me, this one's going to be a vote to keep. And I think, in all honesty, I think Lee would have voted to keep that one too. Next up, Injustice. If you guys will remember, I bought a lot of these DC animated films. I love these for the most part. Injustice, much like the video game, Lois Lane gets killed, and it just sends Superman in a crazy spiral, and so he winds up taking justice into his own hands, and he starts killing the bad guys. He kills the Joker, and basically he tries to make the perfect world where there is no violence, everybody's at peace, but the way that he does it winds up causing more harm than good. It puts him and the Justice League at odds. Really, his one main person that stands behind him is Wonder Woman, but like Batman 100% against it. You've got, Green Arrow, just all these different people are against it, and it basically breaks the Justice League apart, and it makes them fight. And there are several casualties in this one. Super, super, super good animated film, though. For me, that one's going to be a keep. And you know what? Let's go ahead. We'll just keep it with those animated films. So we have Justice League versus the Fatal Five. So this is basically like a 5-on-5. So you basically have the good Justice League, and then you have these 5 kind of super mega powers that show up, and they basically have to fight the Justice League. For me, I missed a lot in the synopsis of that one, but that's just kind of a quick glance. For me, though, I didn't love this one as much. I'm not as big on the Justice League as I am just singular Batman movies. But for me, this one I think would have been a lot better if the story had been, if I had have maybe read the comics growing up. I don't even know if this had a comic. I'm assuming it probably did. Most DC stuff does. That's why these are adaptations of the comic. Maybe I would have enjoyed the comic version more and maybe been able to know a little bit more about it. But we introduced a couple of new characters. They were not characters I grew up with. And to me, just in this film, those characters were not all that entertaining, and I wasn't really that invested in them. I didn't love this one. That one's going to be a sell. Next up, Doom That Came to Gotham. This is just a standard Batman film. So this is... Batman's been gone on like a decades-long voyage. He returns to Gotham, and he's taken on this group of orphan street kids and basically makes his own little group. And it's just about the destruction that befalls Gotham and him having to try to navigate everything and be the detective that Batman is and figure everything out. Overall, this one was pretty good. I didn't enjoy this one as much as I enjoyed some of the others that I have seen. But I did enjoy it enough, and especially considering it's Batman, we'll throw it on the shelf. This one's going to be a keep. And then we have Batman versus Two-Face. So this is animated in the way of the old 60s television series. There was another one before this. This is like the second one in this series. But this one's just, it's stupid, it's corny. I believe these are actually voiced by Adam West and the guy who did Robin in the old series, because it sounds just like him. Yeah, Adam West and Burt Ward along with William Shatner. I liked it for what it is. It's stupid. It's not your normal Batman. Like I said, it is animated just in the way when they punch and kick. It's bam, and it's got those, the horns and stuff in it. Overall, though, I did enjoy this one for what it is. Again, another fun Batman animated to throw on the shelf. That one's going to be a keep. We do have Jaws. So this is an old pickup. I've had this on the shelf for years. I've seen Jaws 1,000,001 times. Basically I have this one, and then I also have Jaws, the 3-pack collection. This is 2, Jaws 3, and then Jaws the Revenge. And so I had seen 1 and 2 1,000,001 times, but I'd never seen 3 and 4, and so we decided the 50th anniversary coming up. Actually, at this point, the 50th anniversary has passed, but this year alone is the 50th anniversary of Jaws. It's heating up outside, so these are good, like summertime beach kind of movies. We will be doing a Jaws retrospective. That'll probably be released here on the channel this Friday. We've got to get it filmed. I've got to get it edited and uploaded. But I think probably this Friday will be when we decide to unleash that one on everybody. But that will be the Jaws retrospective. So I had to knock these out. These have been on the shelf for a while. I finally got the chance to knock them out because I had a reason to. I had to get through them. So I knocked them out. I actually enjoyed 1, 2, and I really enjoy. 3 was okay. I still enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it near as much. And then 4 is a dumpster fire. I did not like 4 much at all. But regardless, because they're all in a pack, it's going to be a vote to keep on Jaws, and then Jaws the 3-movie collection. I got this for Christmas. This is the Toxic Crusaders, the complete series. I really wanted to like this. I grew up watching this. They had a VHS release that had like 2 or 3 episodes, and they were like strung together and made almost into like a movie. I really wanted to enjoy this after I rewatched it, and I did get some enjoyment out of it, but it was not nearly the amount that I had prior to. Basically, the deal with this one, the voices are all extremely annoying. Toxie's wife is she is god-awful, nails on a chalkboard. The voice actress who did that, his mother's the same way. Pretty much all of the characters in this. I mean, Toxie's voice is okay, but then you've got like Sneezo and Dr. Killumoff, and like all their voices are just, I don't know, nails on a chalkboard. I don't know who the hell voiced these, but I mean, this is much in the vein of like any crime fighting, Ninja Turtles, anything like that. But for me, for whatever reason, after rewatching these didn't hit the same way that they did before. I would love to keep it because I am a Troma and a Toxic Avenger fan. But man, again, the shelves are just getting so full. For me, Toxic Crusader is going to be a sell. Lee hates Vinegar Syndrome, so I've been trying to watch all these Vinegar Syndromes I get in without her to kind of alleviate her from having to have anything to do with them, right? So we did watch The Nesting this go around. This is a 4K. This is actually really fun. I had a lot of fun with this movie. Basically, you have this female writer, and she is drawn to this house, and she doesn't really know why. It's like she writes about it, and then an illustrator draws the cover of her book based off of what's in the book. And then she's just like takes a little break, a little vacation, and she winds up at this house, and it is the house from her book, but she doesn't know why she knows it. And it's just a ghost story. There's an attachment between her and this house, and you find out why. Not a ton of gore and stuff in this one. What there is good. The story is good. It's fine. It's not the greatest movie I've ever seen, but definitely for me, I'm gonna keep this one. It took me a long time to check this out. I mean, I've sold The Nesting 1,000,001 times, the Blue Underground version. But I had never watched it. So this is, however, 110 minutes. So an hour and 50 minutes. It is a little long in parts. It does drag. I really would have liked to have seen that cinched up a little bit. But that's not what we got. So it is what it is. This does have a pretty good car chase scene in it, though. If you've ever seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I actually do enjoy that scene. It's probably my favorite out of the whole film. But overall, The Nesting, pretty decent. If you are kind of on the fence about grabbing this one from Vinegar Syndrome, I would probably tell you to wait till it's sale, but I definitely would. I do think it warrants a pickup, though. I do think it's good. So that's The Nesting. It's going to be a keep. We're going to lump these two together as well. I didn't watch all of these, to be fair, but that is the Arrow version of Jason Goes to Hell, along with Jason X. So these are the 4K Arrows, and the reason I say that I'm going to lump them together and I didn't watch them all, we have talked previously on the channel about doing a Friday the 13th overview. I do not know if we are doing that. We haven't really decided because there's a lot of movies, and I don't know, trying to lump that into the same series, the same video might be a little hard, because I do think all three, me, Carl, and Eric, could talk forever about these, because I think we all agree this is probably one of our favorite franchises. I think it is. Eric, I know it's Eric's favorite franchise. I believe it's Carl's favorite franchise. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it. It's one of my favorites. I'm not going to say it's the favorite. So I didn't want to watch all of them, because I don't think Lee has seen all of these. So if we do wind up doing that, me and her will have to watch it. And so I didn't want to watch them and then have to turn around and rewatch them again 2 or 3 months from now, or whenever, if we even get to that. So I just put these in. I checked out the transfers. I do have to say, holy hell, Jason X, this probably has one of the greatest 4K transfers I have ever seen. This is absolutely phenomenal. If you are a fan of Jason X, you need to pick this up. If you're not a fan of Jason X, still pick it up. I'm not a fan. I don't love Jason X, but the 4K treatment this one got, and it grows on me a little bit every time I watch it. Absolutely phenomenal. And Jason Goes to Hell is almost just as good. To me, the transfer on this one is not as good. This still is these are probably the 2 best 4Ks of the year right now, as it stands. The transfer on this one's still fantastic, but again, it was older. It was an older film, so it's not going to have as clean and as pristine of a transfer as Jason X. But for me, of course, both of these are going to be vote to keeps. I love both of the, I love Jason Goes to Hell. I like Jason X. It grows on me, and as a completionist, I have to have it in the collection. But this is worth picking up for that transfer alone. Absolutely the greatest transfer. One of the greatest 4Ks I've ever seen, hands down. So definitely worth picking both of those up. It's Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell. We're going to add those to the collection. Next up, Basket Case from Arrow, another 4K, decent transfer. Basket Case is never going to look good. It looked poor when it was filmed. It's just the way that it was filmed. But basically, if you've never seen Basket Case, you have a guy and he is born with a brother that is attached to him at the hip, and his brother's name is Belial, and they are basically separated at birth. Or not at birth, they're years after birth, they are separated, and basically all these years after their separation, they're going after the doctors that separated them because they didn't want to be separated, and so it's just about them trying to find these doctors and the mischief that Belial gets in. Overall, decent film. Carl loves this film. This is not, I don't love it, but I do like it for what it is. The 4K transfer was fine. For me, it's going to be a keep. And then next up here from Second Sight, we do have The Brood. This is a gorgeous box set. If you guys don't have The Brood, I definitely recommend checking it out. I had never seen this, and I was super glad to check it out because, man, this movie was insane. So you basically have this girl and this man and this woman. They are divorced. She is in a asylum getting help for her mental health. And she has visitation rights with their daughter, like on the weekends. And so the daughter comes home and she's got these bruises all over her and everything. And so the dad immediately goes to, they're beating my ex-wife is beating our daughter. And so through it all, you find out that this woman, this is not beating the daughter. She is able to spawn these little beings, I guess we can call them, and they call them the Brood, and basically they do her bidding, and you wind up finding out that that's kind of what's causing it because they're trying to get the girl. Overall, really good film. I actually really enjoyed it. Vote to keep. And then lastly, this one doesn't need a whole lot of talking up, but it's The Scanners. Absolutely amazing film here. So we have scanners are people who have telepathic and telekinetic abilities. They're just born that way. Some people use that for good. They're politicians. They are judges. And other people use it for bad. And basically there is this one bad guy, and he wants this bad scanner, and he wants to form a group of scanners and basically take over the world because they are mighty than the human race. So it's just all about that. Scanners would wind up spawning 2 sequels along with another whole series being Scanner Cop. Absolutely love Scanners. This is probably one of my favorite David Cronenberg's, if not my favorite David Cronenberg, but definitely one of my favorites. So again, I mean, it needs no introduction. I mean, if you haven't seen Scanners, run out and pick it up. Criterion has a release of it. It has this beautiful edition that's a 4K from Second Sight. I don't care what you do, just pick up Scanners if you don't have it in your collection. You'll thank me later. It's great. So that one's going to be a vote to keep as well. So that does it for me this week. I tried to get in and get out. I'm super tired. It is like 110 here in the Tennessee area. That's heat index, not actual temperatures, but it literally it's hot. And I've been outside doing yard work, so want to get in, get out on this episode today. But we do have 3 titles that we are selling, so we'll go back over those. We have The Toxic Crusaders, the series. We also have Justice League versus the Fatal 5. And then we have Timekeeper here from Full Moon/Moonbeam Films. So those will be our 3 sales for the week. You can pick those up. Those are not really horror related titles, so those will probably just go up on my eBay. You can search for those and find them there. I appreciate you guys though tuning in. Like I said, hopefully Lee will be able to join us at the end of this week for our Jaws retrospective. Check that out this Friday. We look super forward to that episode. And the stacks are mounting over here for the collection update that will be in 2 weeks, so we can't wait for that either. So lots of things happening here at 8X Productions and Horrorland Media. We've had some good conversations on some new films and things, so hopefully we'll be able to get some information on those out to you soon as well. So, but yeah, definitely hit the subscribe button, comment if there's an episode you guys would like to see. We are trying to get together to do the Reanimator episode. I know that was a fan requested episode. The Dimension Extreme, or not Dimension Extreme, like the Extremity films, we are working on that as well, but we all had to watch those. Carl's seen them, but I think he was one of the only ones. So that one's taking us a little bit of time because we all actually did have to watch those, but it's coming as well for Barcode out there, because I know you're the one that asked about that. So again, guys, I appreciate you all tuning in, and we will catch you next time with another episode of To Keep or Not to Keep.
To keep or not to keep.